Hey guys, I'm gonna do a video about the recent information that Mayweather is fighting Cotto. I'm gonna get right down to it. I see this fight either one or two things: either it's a competitive fight and Mayweather wins, or it's a complete washout and Mayweather still wins. I'm sorry, I'm Puerto Rican. I want Cotto to win. I really do. But there's no beating Mayweather right now. I mean, unless Cotto can come up with some type of master game plan, which nobody has been able to be able to beat Mayweather, and he's able to avoid Mayweather's punches, um, he's not winning the fight. And honestly, he's too open to right hand leads. He's too open to right uppercuts. He doesn't have a lot of footwork. I mean, he has good footwork, but he doesn't have great footwork. His defense is good, not great. Um, Hopefully he wins, but I don't see it happening. Um, I want to touch on something really quick. I've been seeing a lot of videos of people, mainly pactards, that are complaining about how Mayweather's fighting Cotto. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but when Manny Pacquiao was trying to fight Cotto at a catch weight with a rehydration limit, no Pacquiao was saying anything. They were just like, yeah, good fight, yeah, yeah. Then all of a sudden, Pacquiao's plan to fight Cotto and drain him to go catch weight, and then on top of that, a rehydration limit um, backfired on him because Cotto no longer needs to fight because he's no longer an agent of Bob Arum. Um, then all of a sudden now, uh, Cotto's damaged goods. When Pacquiao was fighting him, none of them Pactars were saying anything. They were like, yeah, it's going to be a good fight. Cotto's looking good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then all of a sudden, Mayweather is going to fight him, and now all of a sudden Cotto is shit. Now, I will say this: if you think that Cotto versus Pacquiao was a good fight, and you're saying now that Mayweather versus Cotto is a bad fight because Mayweather's just going to win and he's cherry picking, what you're saying is that Mayweather's better than Pacquiao. And I'm going to explain to you why. The reason you're saying that Mayweather's better than Pacquiao is because Pacquiao had to ask for a catch weight to be competitive for it to be a good fight. Mayweather is fighting Cotto at his own weight. And if you're saying that at his own weight, at Mayweather's own, Cotto's own weight, Mayweather's going to wash him out, and it's not going to be a good fight. But Pacquiao needed to get a catch weight for it to be a good fight. Then you're already admitting that Mayweather's a better fighter because Mayweather doesn't need to ask for catch weights. The only reason you ask for a catch weight is because you need an advantage. That's what a catch weight is. Basically, when you ask for a catch weight, what you're saying is that your opponent is too good at his own weight, and you're not going to be able to beat him. Therefore, you need him to step down in weight, drain himself a little bit for you to be on even playing fields. So that's the only reason you ask for a catch weight. And then on top of the catch weight, you ask for a rehydration limit. Like Cotto couldn't rehydrate more than like 150, and he had to come into the fight at 147, I think. Could be wrong, but that's what I think I heard. So if Pacquiao needs a catch weight, that means that he can't beat Cotto. If Pacquiao is asking for a catch weight, he's admitting that he can't beat Cotto at 154, and he needs Cotto to be drained. Whereas Mayweather's not asking for a catch weight, and you're saying that Mayweather's just going to beat him out, and nothing, it's going to be easy work. Then what you're saying is that Mayweather doesn't need any advantage. And Pacquiao needs an advantage. That's what you're saying. It's logic. That's what you're saying. So this whole, oh no, once, see, the thing is, Mayweather, when it comes to people that hate Mayweather, people that hate Mayweather will pick out the toughest opponent available. Okay? The biggest guy available to fight Mayweather. And that's who Mayweather needs to fight, or he's ducking. But Manny Pacquiao does not need to fight anybody that Mayweather needs to fight. For example, people are wanting Mayweather to fight Canelo Alvarez or Saul Alvarez, Canelo. And people are saying that Mayweather needs to fight Martinez. You don't hear anybody saying Pacquiao needs to fight Canelo or Alvarez, or you don't hear anybody saying Pacquiao needs to fight Sergio Martinez. They just let Pacquiao just skim by like fighting bums and fighting people that are damaged. And even when they're damaged, they're giving Pacquiao a hell of a fight. And then you guys don't think that's wrong. For example, when people want to talk about the cut. Oh no, Pacquiao has a cut. He has a cut. He can't fight in May because it won't heal. That's the excuse they gave. But back when Cotto fought Cotto, and he had that thing on his eye that his eye was hanging off like that, his eye was ripped to shreds and bleeding profusely. A couple months later, he fought Pacquiao with no problems asked. But now Pacquiao, with that little nick that he had there, that didn't even bleed that much, he has to wait 8 months to heal. Come on, people. I mean, if you want to talk about things from one side, you have to talk about things on the other side. People want to say, oh no, why didn't he take the 50-50? Well, Pacquiao came on the record and said he'd be willing to take less money to fight Mayweather. Now, when the fight presents itself, now that's not. No, I never said that. People want to talk about when Mayweather said, "Oh yes, Pacquiao, you're next," and then he said no. He never said that. People want to talk shit about that, but then you don't want to talk about when Manny Pacquiao went on the record and said he'd be willing to take less money to fight Floyd because he wanted to fight Floyd. Now Floyd offered him 40-60, which is less money, and now no, it has to be 50. Didn't you say it was you'd be willing to take less money to fight him? And when it comes to making money, $40 million versus maybe $7 million if he fights. I think they're mentioning Timothy Bradley to fight him. What is more? What are you in the sport to do? Make money. And if somebody offers you $40 million and you don't want to take it, but you're willing to take maybe $7 million at the most against Bradley, what are you talking about? You're willing to take less. Apparently you're willing to take less, but not to fight Floyd. That's basically what you're saying. So that's the end of my video. I'm going to make another video today. I'm going to post it up, hopefully within the next couple of minutes. I'm going to talk about the disgust I have for boxing today. Like, I'm going to talk about certain fighters that should be stepping up and fighting better competition and aren't. And it just, basically anything top rank is so, not, basically top rank is not willing to negotiate or put their fighters at risk for anybody. Like, they're not willing to fight anybody if they're a risk or unless they have some type of advantage. I'm going to go ahead and do that video, and hopefully if you like the video, subscribe.